I still remember that phone call. I was juggling in between work meetings and got on a call with the doctor thinking it would be a quick update. The voice on the other side was calm. The doctor said, after thorough analysis, your daughter meets the criteria for autism spectrum disorder. I didn't even fully heard the rest of the sentence. Not sure what it entails. I understand all three words, autism spectrum disorder, but what does it mean? What does it mean to my daughter? And what does it mean to her life? I nodded along and asked a couple of questions. Okay. And then I hang up. I stood there holding the phone thinking, what now? There's so much I wish I knew back then. If you're standing where I was, confused, overwhelmed, or even scared, this video is for you. I went down the rabbit hole. Was it something I eat during pregnancy? Could I have noticed early? The other day when she was not talking, maybe that was a sign. Why would I not get it diagnosed 2 years ago? Oh, maybe if we haven't gone to that trip. Well, there were so many things that went through my mind and none of them was relevant. The self-blame spiral is real, especially when you feel like the entire world is pointing fingers at you, the parent. Please hear me when I say it. It is not your fault. It is not. Neurodivergent isn't caused by parenting. It's not a parenting failure. It's not the result of too much screening time, too early screening time, or not enough discipline. No matter what some family member would say, both autism and ADHD has strong genetic components. Study shows if one parent has ADHD, their child has 50% of chance having ADHD as well. For autism, there's overwhelming evidence that it is linked to early brain development, often influenced by the genetics, not the environment. I had to learn to separate the responsibilities from blame. I'm responsible to make her feel supported, safe, and sane, but that's very different from blaming myself for who she is. Your child is not broken. Your life is not doomed. And neither are you. They're not a problem to be fixed. They're not falling behind. They're just taking a different path. In the beginning, it's easy to feel everything is going wrong because that's not how you read in the parenting book. You feel like nothing is going as planned. You question yourself constantly. Why is bedtime so hard? Why can't they just follow a simple routine? Why is everything has to turn into a meltdown? It is so tempting to try to normalize their behavior, to push them to blend in with the other kids. Here's what I learned. Struggling in a system that's not built for autism is not their fault. It doesn't mean they're broken. It's just the system is not adapted yet. The system has to catch up. The world has a very narrow idea of what normal looks like, and our kids, they just communicate, feel, and process the world differently. That's not wrong, not more, and not less. That's just different. You're just learning a new language, a new way of saying, responding, and connecting. Your life is unfolding in a new direction, one you might have not expected, but that doesn't make it less meaningful, joyful, or beautiful. Everyone would have an opinion, and most of them are noise. After diagnosed, I feel like I was dropped into this world of experts, except for they all disagreed. ABA, no ABA. Gluten-free, sugar-free. Therapy 5 times a week. You're being too soft. Or the classic, just give it time. It often felt like judgment. I know a lot of people meant well, but it wasn't helpful. Eventually, I learned to have one filter. Does this make my child feel more comfortable seeing and connected to the world? If the answer is no, I don't care who you are or what you say. I'm not going to do it. It didn't matter how evidence-based it was. The best thing that changed my mindset was I started following my child, not the noise. That one filter made every decision so much clearer. They won't just grow out of it, even if they seem fine. One common misconception is that autism or ADHD children, they will grow out of it because they seem fine. But that's not how autism works. It's not a disease. It doesn't need to be cured, and it won't go away, and it shouldn't go away. It's just how they are. Autism is a spectrum. The diagnosed report usually include the levels to indicate the support that's needed. Here in Canada, where I live, there's no level in the diagnostic report because, as said by the doctor, based on the support level they're getting, the level of support they need will change, aka their level might change. It makes a lot of sense, and it encourages you to find support early, but at the same time, it also doesn't tell you anything about what you can expect. So when someone says, but she seems fine, what it usually means is that they don't know what autism is. And that's okay because most people don't unless it touches their life directly. I'm really grateful for all the videos and materials out online that painted a much better picture of what autism looks like. And that's why I decided to post these videos so that I can help more people understand what autism is. Not everybody will have an eye contact problem. This isn't something they will grow out of. That's how they experience the world. With the right support, our kids can thrive, not by changing who they are, but being supported and understood. They don't have to change. We have to change. The environment has to change. The system has to adapt. The last one is a little bit surprising, but you will get stronger and softer and more creative at the same time. I didn't know this was possible, but parenting a neurodivergent child is like painting a canvas without having any guidelines. It made me more resilient and tender at the same time. I've had to fight for accommodations, stand my ground in public, be loud in places where I usually don't want to be loud, pick my child up off the ground, cry with her because the world was just too much that day. I've had to find new ways to get through the system, improvise solutions, redefine process. Honestly, it's very fulfilling. There's no right or wrong in parenting. It's just what works for you and your child. I've cried sometimes, wondering if I've did enough, if I've done the right thing, or did I completely mess it up? Over time, I learned every time I show up to just be there with her, even imperfectly, it builds something, not just in the child, also in us. This journey is a gift. It makes you stronger, more human, more connected to your child, more honest, and more creative than you have ever imagined. If you're in the early days or even the messy middle, I just wanted to say, you're doing better than you think. You don't need to be all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't have to fix anything. There's nothing to fix. Just keep loving your child, love yourself, and keep learning as you go. Enjoy the journey. I wanted to make this video to only talk about the mindset, the inner work that helped me. Hopefully that can be helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I have another video here that I list all the practical things that you should be doing right after that phone call because everything takes forever to line up. Thanks for watching. I'm here with you. See you next time.